Oh, the romance of Venezia, Venice. We are one of the oldest continuously running coffee shops in the entire world, Cafe Florian, here in Venice on Piazza San Marco. And the orchestra is playing. The lights are on, glistening on the beautiful piazza pavement. Join me for a little bit of people watching, enjoying the music, and drinking a good aperitivo. Here I'm drinking a custom Florian Spritz, which is their custom liquor, which is similar to a vermouth. And right here we see the Basilica San Marco, and of course the Campanile. What a wonderful life. So I came to Cafe Florian and I've been here for the past hour and a half watching the world pass by. I really wanted to have an experience like that, and I've seen the most wonderful things. I saw two random kids making friendships. They were holding each other's hands and they were saying hello to each other. It was the most sweetest thing. And then aside from that, I saw a family taking the most epic selfie. They were like perfectly positioning the basilica right behind them, and that was a very sweet moment. And I saw a proposal. I saw a man and a woman. The man proposed to the woman and they started hugging, and she was crying and she was taking photos with the ring with the basilica right behind. So it was really wonderful. So I am drinking a spritz right now, and I'll point the view towards the square. It's a really good spritz. Cafe Florian, the prices are very steep, but if you order aperitivo, they do come with snacks, with potato chips and olives, and they're about the same price as a New York City cocktail. So this is 14 euro. It's almost same price. So I don't feel like I'm spending too much money. But also it's known for its coffee. Let me point the camera the other way. So we have a crowd gathering over here. Nomades dice que te estábamos extrañando. And they're gonna play another song, yeah. There is a surcharge for the music, which is only 5 euro. So it's worth it. And you can nurse your drink. I have not been bothered at all during my entire time here. It seems like I can really take my sweet, sweet, sweet time sitting here, even if it were just one drink. Mozart used to hang out here. Yes, so this was established in 1720, December 29th, and has been continuously running ever since. It is the oldest coffee shop in all of Italy, one of the oldest in all of Europe. Paris Cafe Procope does beat it slightly. And enjoy the views. Put the camera towards the square. Ana dice que es un tango por una cabeza. Nomades también, por una cabeza. Oh sí, el tango. Qué canciones tan bellas. A ver, estoy tan emocionado a ir a Argentina porque a mí me encanta el tango. So yes, this is a famous tango song and I can't wait to go. I'm a huge fan of tango. Can't wait to go to Buenos Aires one day. Mozart, I play his piano all the time, says Vida. And Cafe Florian, yes it is. Cafe Florian. I love you, Venice. Oh, are you a Venetian vlogger? I love you, Venice. And Ava, enjoy this beautiful evening. Venice is the best when all the day trippers go home. Yep. There's not that much cruise ships, so it hasn't emptied out significantly from the daytime. However, I'm so excited to be here at night. Sil says, yes, please go to Buenos Aires. Vero sends 129 Mexican pesos. Thank you so much, which is about $6. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Ariel, bailamos. Victoria says, Ariel, let's dance. Gracias, Victor, Vero, and Eva. Lo agradezco, Vero. Espero que todo está bien en México. Extraño México. Me gustaría ir otra vez a México. I do miss Mexico. I really want to go back. Jessica says hello from the Netherlands. I love Venice. I've been here 10 years ago. Yeah, it is gorgeous. Nadia. Nothing like a spritz at Cafe Florian and people watching. Oh yes. Mala. And Wendy says great music. Oh yes. Gwen says incredibly fun watching with you, traveling with you. Yeah. I'm so happy you like it. So I'm crossing fingers. Hopefully we'll catch another proposal because I saw just the sweetest proposal. The man didn't kneel down, kind of whispered into her ear softly as they were kind of spinning around in the middle of the square. Victoria, este no es Roma, este es Venecia. Venecia es más al norte y estoy aquí hasta, voy a hacer video en vivos hasta el domingo. So this is not Rome, this is Venice. I'm here until Sunday. I'll be making videos. So as I wanted to say, the proposal that I saw, the man did not kneel down. He softly whispered into the woman's ear as they were kind of spinning around, not dancing per se, but they're kind of just like playfully spinning around in this square. And suddenly she breaks out into tears. And I was confused. I was like, oh, what's happening here with this couple? And they keep hugging. And then I see her kind of lift up her hand and I realize, oh, he just proposed. And then they take a lot of selfies all around in the square. So it was a very, very beautiful moment. Kathy says, how romantic. Yeah, I just witnessed the most romantic moment. It felt like they were in their own world. And Black Swan says, this is lovely. Yes, it is. Side, there's another cafe. If you can hear it, there's a very famous song being played. What song is this? Very famous song. Oh yes, the song playing across in the other cafe right over here is the Gladiator main theme song. If I recall correctly, it's Hans Zimmer. Nomades dice, nada más lindo que la vida de viajar. Por eso nos compramos un motorhome y vamos a recorrer por el mundo. Nada es más hermosos como conocer y su gente. Nomás decir que bien que te estás cogiendo el motorhome y guiando por Sudamérica. Eso sí es bien, algo bien épica. Yo sé, se puede decir como en español también, pero bien épica. It's very epic that you're driving all the way through South America. So nomades, if people don't know, is driving in a motorhome throughout South America, starting from Argentina. And she runs a TikTok as well, nomades. I think the orchestras are truly dueling in the sense that they're taking turns, because when this orchestra here in Café Florian plays, the other one stops playing, and then vice versa. When this one stops playing, then Café Florian resumes. Sil says, folks seem to be curious about your vlogging video activity. Yeah, here people really do stare a lot. Way more than I encounter in America or other countries like Finland or Mexico. A whole lot more staring here. So yeah, people are very curious or don't even know what I'm doing sometimes. I've noticed those looks. Kathy, I love St. Mark's Square in the evening. It has a lovely atmosphere. It definitely does. Oh my god, Italy is on my bucket list, especially Capri and Venice. Yeah, Capri blew me away. It's absolutely one of the most beautiful places I've seen. I think Venice has a very similar magic to Capri. Gabriela says, Venice is magic, but I think I cannot live here. Yeah, Venice is not really, I would think the island itself, because Venice itself, the metropolitan area is huge. The metropolitan area is 2.6 million people. The city proper does extend to the mainland, and it's a population of about 250,000 people. That said, the city itself on this island in the middle of the lagoon isn't really like a full city in the sense of there's a full local life here, offices, entrepreneurs, not even that many restaurants for locals. This is mostly a tourist-centered place. It's similar to like a Santorini or Capri in that context. They are specifically centered towards tourism, 300 years. So this is not really a place I would say to live. I don't want to diminish the lifestyle of the people who already do live here, because there are locals here, of course. But I think this is not one of the cities where people kind of have a summer home, for example. I don't get that sense. Because Venice in essence is almost like a museum. It's almost a tourist haven rather than a proper city like Paris. Deborah says, I love traveling with you. Oh, so glad, Deborah. Someone sent stars. Thank you, Kay, for the 1,000 stars. Kay has been so lovely to send 1,000 stars. Thank you so much. I was once in Venice and thought there was decent food there, says Virginia. Oh, I'm glad. So no, Gabrielle, I would agree with you. I can't see myself living here. I would not live in an island in the middle of a lagoon. I would not even buy a summer home here. But would I stay for a week or two? Hell yeah. Seems amazing. What can we do? What can we do to make more people watch? Says Queen Mother. To get more people to tune into my live videos, there is on YT. There is 2 main things you can do. I would say 3. 1, like the video is the simplest thing. Pressing that like button. And if you press the like button for this video, then press the like button for other past videos of Italy. Or if you really want to go hardcore, like everything. I would really appreciate it. And then the second thing is you can comment on the videos afterwards. Comments really go a long way. And then the third thing is, if you're really a hardcore viewer and you really want to see this grow, then I don't know, contact a favorite media site of yours, a favorite newspaper, a favorite television station, a favorite journalist of yours, and tell them about the show. Email them about it and send them an Instagram DM. That's a good way of spreading the word. On Facebook, the easiest way is to share it. Share these videos with Facebook groups that are about Europe, travel, Italy, etc. Allison says, I enjoy people watching with you. Thank you for letting us travel with you. My pleasure, Allison. I want to give a huge thanks to Carol. Carol has been so kind enough to send 2 huge PayPals, 2 massive PayPals. So thank you so much. One of those PayPals, Carol said, for the next Michelin star restaurant you visit. I'm not sure Venice is going to be the place. Maybe the next location I visit in Italy. But thank you so much, Carol, for sending 2 gigantic PayPals. I really appreciate that. Everyone send hearts to Carol. And I also want to give hearts to Pat's daughter. Pat has been watching for quite a while, and her daughter is going through some challenging times. So send your hearts to Pat and her daughter. And these videos are helping her handle the stresses that have been happening in their life. So send hearts to Pat and her daughter. Everyone. We're playing again. They only take about like 5 to 10 minutes breaks, so it's nice. Does one need to share to... Kathy, did I visit the Domus Aureus while in Rome? No, I didn't. I didn't. Hey, Kenya. Virginia says, does one need to share publicly? Yeah, publicly is the best way to spread the word. Of course. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Lisa says, I'm so happy for you, Ariel. Oh, I'm so glad, Lisa. You know, I thought Piazza Navona in Rome was romantic. And it is, by all means, but damn, Piazza San Marco really takes romance to a whole new level. So now we have an entire crowd around as well. How much longer will you be in Italy? Who knows, Chrissy? You're having a wonderful time in Venice. I am indeed having a wonderful time in Venice, Lisa. Someone's smoking a cigarette. And I am living for it. This is exactly the smell I needed to complement this atmosphere. Paola, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. It was so awesome hanging out with you. Do the musicians have a tip jar? No, Vita. It's a $5 cover charge for the music. So sometimes during the day they really don't have music, but towards the evening and the night they do. So then you have to pay $5 extra. Which I think is reasonable. So yeah, you're in essence giving them $5 extra.
Prego, scusi.
Chaotic Ranger along with Ava and also Vero are sponsoring the drinks here. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. Cheers to you, salute to you. Or as I learned that in Friuli, which was the place I was just at, the next region up, they say chin chin. Chin chin. Thank you so much, Chaotic Ranger, for sponsoring the drink here and the people watching. If tiramisu belongs to Udine, Friuli area, what dessert belongs to Venice? So, I don't know what is the dessert of Venice per se. Maybe Veneto, the overall region, has more of a dessert. I'll look into it. But tiramisu actually is not specific to Friuli. Tiramisu is something that's commonly shared upon all Italians. Paola says, how's the spritz? So I had an Americano before this, Americano Florian, which is with our custom vermouth. After having Americano, a spritz tastes a little bit too light. It is very good. It is very good. I just wish they would serve it in the spritz glass, because this is more of an Americano glass. So after drinking Americano and having it in the same glass, I'm like, oh no, this is kind of a lesser version of what just had. So yeah, maybe go for the Americano. So if people don't know, Americano is like it's like a lighter Negroni. It's like you got spritz, you got Americano, and then you got Negroni. Not the coffee, but the cocktail. Americano's right there in the middle. What a better cover for a spy than to be a live streamer? No, don't reveal the secrets. The Bellini was invented at Harry's Bar in Venice. Charles, okay, I will look into that. Thank you. A few people have mentioned Harry's Bar. I will look into it. Okay, Michelle says the ladies noticed they were on camera, they did not like it. Yes. So everyone, just so you know, here in Italy, some people, especially older people, really don't like the camera. Really don't. But it's a public square in the middle of Venice. I want a live stream, so they could just move. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's why there's very awkward moments here making videos. More so than other countries. More so than Paris, London, Finland, Greece, and America. Cat, no, it's also part, yeah, people are not used to it, but it's also part of the culture. There's a very big emphasis on privacy here in Italy, more so than other countries. Some feel it's intrusive. Indeed, Charles, yeah, some people do feel it's intrusive, but at the same time, this is a public square in the middle of Venice, and I'm not purposefully pointing at someone or right at their face. So that's why in the US usually people just move away. Maria, thank you so much for the stars. Grant says expecting privacy in Piazza San Marco is expecting a lot. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Maria sent 530 stars. Thank you so much, Maria, for $5.30. Thank you so much, Maria. Loving the music. Oh, I'm so glad you are, Millie. Beautiful church in the background. Is this office space? I don't think it's really used for office space much. There is a museum here. There are, I think, a restaurant. There might be a hotel, maybe? No. There's a restaurant, but I think a lot of this is empty. A lot of this, yeah. A lot of this building. Maria says, my first stars. Can you buy one of those blue lights and shoot up into the sky, says Lisa. Maybe, Lisa, maybe. Millie, thank you so much for our $5 super chat. Ronald says, is my drink shaken or stirred? Not shaken nor stirred, just poured. That's, I think, usually Campari Spritz is not really anything special. They just mix it together. I love Venice. Send me a DM. Send me a DM with the link to your YouTube on Instagram. Urbanist Live. The music was not my cup of tea yet, says Dean. Thanks for the same, Marco and Night. My pleasure, Dean. Staying late at night to watch the stream. Totally worth it. I'm so glad I can provide the good views. What song is this? What song is this? Let me know. Grant says, we were discussing on another channel that when people donate on Super Chat, a lot of it is deducted. The host gets more through PayPal. Yes, indeed, I do. So paypal.me/Ariel Vieira. If you send one, do let me know. And I'm happy to shout you out while I'm live. Yeah, they do. YouTube and FB do take quite a big chunk. And Margaret, indeed I am at Florian with the band playing right behind me. Beautiful views. Ooh. Check out the Peggy Guggenheim Museum. Oh yeah, I will. It's nice to see a New Yorker establish a museum here. How long are you staying in Venice, Kat? Long enough. Ariel, you're so dedicated to your work. You bring beautiful memories to all of us. My pleasure. Did you have your favorite drink? I did. I had a Americano. Right now, Americano is my favorite drink in right now in Italy. I like a Negroni, but Negroni is heavy, so Americano is kind of just right there in the middle. I like the t-shirt with the pineapples, George. I don't have that one. That one's back in New York. You go to the gondola ride I did. Yeah, I did go earlier. All right, a little bit more views. Tony, thank you so much for the 78 Hong Kong dollars. I really appreciate you. And Charles says, I find Ariel's videos to be very thoughtful and informative than other vloggers out there. I'm glad. I don't claim to be the best, but I'm always happy to be your favorite. So glad, Charles. Ask a Venetian to join you if allowed, and have some tramizini with your drink, says Margaret. It's not that type of vlog. I usually don't randomly ask people to chat, though there are many other vloggers who do that. The waiters are elegant. Here they are, yes. Yes, there's a pineapple shirt behind me. Are they trying to sell the blue lights? Yeah, there's like 2 or 3, not as many as in Rome. And Christine, thank you so much for 100 stars, and someone else sent stars. Cyril, thank you so much for the 50 stars. I appreciate you. And Margaret as well for 50 stars. Facebook is doubling stars this month if we reach 75K. So thank you so much, everyone. The Biennale was invented at the Florian. Yes, it was. The Biennale was invented here in the 1800s. One of the officials of the city had a meeting here, and they came up with the idea of making the Biennale to impress the new king and queen of Italy. One of them being Queen Margherita of Savoy, and the other one being, is it Vittorio Emanuele? I think it was? No, King Umberto I. King Umberto I. They wanted to impress the king and queen, and that's That's why they thought of making a Biennale, which is this kind of architectural exposition. There's Biennales for other things as well. Are there mosquitoes here? Not at this very place, because I don't think there's any sewage openings, or we're not right by the water. But I heard, yes, there are usually mosquitoes, but see, luckily not so hot. So I think that's good. On with the views. I love the wooden seats built into the columns, says Margaret. Yeah, they're really cool. Have you tried Bellini cocktail yet? No, not yet. So I'll check out Harry's bar. I'll look into it and try a Bellini there. Might as well. We are drinking tonight. Yes, we are. I got myself a Spritz Florian. Highly recommend to watch Paolo Sorrento's movies if you didn't. Amazing perspective on Italy, says Dean. Ooh, cool, I'll check it out. Is there another private tour coming around? Archie. What do you mean, Archie? I have a pause on my private tour services. If you want to become a patron, there is 360 videos already available of Florence, Rome, and Greece. Wendy says, "I'm making up your. This is making up for a bad day at work." Oh, my pleasure, Wendy. Kat says, "Are you going to Milano?" Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Milano. Maybe it'll be Providencetown, Rhode Island. Maybe it'll be Staten Island or Hoboken. Who knows? Thank you for the one-year escapes you're giving us, says Ono. My pleasure, Ono. This is beautiful. All these trips are so informative, very interactive, as if they were in real time. Well, Cynthia, they are indeed real time. I hope all is well in Staten Island. They are indeed real time, and I'm so glad you're enjoying them. Okay, thank you so much for linking my Patreon. So yeah, for the people who are curious about the private 360/VR tours, where you can look in any direction you would like, you can do that right there. Patreon.com/Urbanist. Oh no, it's that one. That one. Oh, Archie, no, I don't offer private tours in this city. No. Oh, you mean with a guide, Archie? Oh, maybe. Stay tuned. Susan, you say amazing live streams. My pleasure. Oh, Cynthia, yeah, I meant as it feels there in person. Oh, I'm so glad, Cynthia. What's the name of the restaurant cafe? Cafe Florian in Piazza San Marco. Okay, everyone. I am at one of the oldest coffee bars. Do you guys want to see a coffee drink? And they have one that's spiked. Let me know if you want to see a coffee drink. We're gonna wrap up at the hour, so we have a good 17 minutes left. Feel free to ask any questions. And here's the menu. This is the one that I'm eyeing. A Cafe Aniversario 300. Oh my god. Yes. Oh. Have naranana, says Rebecca. Have naglia. What's naglia? Oh, Hava Naglia is the music. Okay, thank you so much. Indeed I did. Oppa, or mazel tov. Oh, I feel back in New York. So I just felt transported back to New York there for a few seconds. Because that's something you would hear sometimes passing through a Jewish neighborhood during a wedding. What's the most expensive dish on the menu? There's really not expensive dish on the menu. There is there's a brunch and there is a like a afternoon tea type of deal. There's not really any heavy food items here. I'll show you. Yeah, there it is. €60 for a brunch with a few like bites, but don't expect a crazy amount of food. And there's like a breakfast one. $32. €32. San Marco is not a place for having dinner. No, not really. Not really. Just in case says gelato, I am in the mood for a gelato later, but I'm gonna order the coffee, the crazy coffee drink, because I'm in the coffee shop. Margaret, say, tell him I am a food critic and I ask for the sconto da Venetian. Hector, nice to see you here. Cheaper than Niagara Falls at the IHOP. Yeah, this is even less expensive than New York, even in the middle of Piazza San Marco, ladies and gentlemen. Except for the coffee. The coffee is crazy expensive, but if you want to justify the high cost, get yourself an aperitivo. What's everyone looking at? At the band right here. Margaret says I pronounced it right. Sconto da Venetian? Your Venetian accent is improving fast. Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, Kurihara from Japan. Nice to see you here. Cafe Anniversario 300.
Caffè anniversario.
Yeah, thank you so much. Kat asks, what languages do I hear? I hear a lot of English. Everyone here automatically speaks English. Even if I say buongiorno, un caffè per favore, they always go directly English. So a lot of English. I hear some Spanish. I hear actually a lot of Spanish. A lot of Spaniards here specifically. I heard a lot of French and a lot of German. And I think they're closing in 20 or so minutes. So we're near closing here for Café Florian. Ask them to speak Venetian, says Margaret. It's like Catalan. Linda says Italian. Yes. Italian, yeah, you hear Italian, of course. But I hear more English than even Italian. Margaret says that even if they close, they will not boot me from the table. Oh, that's nice. I already been here. I was here an hour and a half before going live, so yeah, I've been here for quite a while. Linda says, thank you for sharing the memories. My pleasure, Linda. Ronald says, any thoughts of doing a reboot of the game Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? Called Where in the World is Ariel Vera. My live videos are slowly becoming that. Franca says, they can tell you're not Italian. You know, the interesting thing is, in other regions, in Friuli, they just defaulted to Italian. In Rome, I was starting to be defaulted to Italian. They just started speaking Italian. But here, and in Florence, and in Sorrento, defaulting to English. Napoli, they also spoke to me in Italian, though I was there for like 2 hours. So yeah, I think it's per region. I think people here just assume you're a tourist. And Roland says they wouldn't mind you staying there after they leave until they close the doors. Yeah. Margaret says the waiter will teach you a few choice words. Venetian have interesting curses, like may you wander in limbo. Oh my god. Va a remengo. Va a remengo. Says Margaret, may you wander in limbo. That sounds terrible. That's the Doge's Palace. Right next door, yeah, we can see smoke. Caffè anniversario?
Caffè anniversario.
Sì, grazie mille. Wow, okay. This is one fancy coffee. This is the most fancy presentation I've seen. And the book I'm reading is Secret Venice. Ended up getting it at a local bookstore because I didn't have my copy from home. But this is a very fancy coffee with a biscotti, a little extra treat, maybe a chocolate, maybe, we'll see. For some reason there's 2 glasses. Oh, because for water. There we go. So this is the Cafe Aniversario, which has a lot of ingredients, which I'll read to you right now. It is a Florian coffee blend, so it's their own coffee. Hot chocolate. Ooh, hot chocolate. Some Florian liquor, which they make also themselves. Whipped cream, amaretto, and crushed hazelnuts. I'm so excited for this. Oh, wow. So, their own coffee blend, which they've been making since 1720. So, they probably know something a little bit about coffee. Maybe a little bit. Okay, so now they're starting to wrap up the tables. Ooh. Cases, I like the sound of that. Yeah, I had to have coffee with a little bit of liquor because it's too late to drink coffee raw, pure. Also, the difference of price between this and the Cafe Doppio or Cappuccino is like €6. Cappuccino is €10, so you can have a cappuccino anywhere. Go for the crazy coffee blend because I think it'll be much better. And Margaret says, don't worry about them booting you. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not worried. Let's try this out. Cheers. Wow. That is good. Salute. Chin chin. Viva! Ooh, that hits the spot. Oh my god. So, Gabriel says touristic bar is very expensive. You're paying for the view. 100%. Throw away any semblance that you're gonna have a good, exceptional drink. Throw that away. You're paying for the view and for the music. That's what you're paying for. 100%. You can't really do this in the US. There's no Piazza San Marco in the US. So the coffee is really good. Margaret says this is not touristic, it is historic. Yeah, right. This is also historic. So you're also paying for the immense amount of history you're surrounded by. You know, Times Square, of course, is a gorgeous place, but this is many hundreds of years older than even Times Square, so you're really paying for something very unique here. So I don't mind paying the $16 for this drink. It's really good. It is very chocolatey. The whipped cream is very fresh, and the liquor is nice. It blends so well with the coffee and the hot chocolate. It doesn't taste like Irish coffee. It doesn't burn your throat like a good Irish coffee. It's more kind of a little bit lighter because of the amaretto. So it's also a little bit sweeter than kind of that bitter Irish coffee taste, or kind of that Spanish coffee that has the rum that can be really punchy. That's really good. That's really good. Yes. I feel back in New York. I feel like I should be having a Katz pastrami sandwich right now. Mazel tov. This is a really good coffee. Spiked coffee. I wouldn't call this a cocktail. It's more like in line of Irish coffee. So it's a very good spiked coffee. Wow. Oh. Ooh, now I feel the tiny little burn. The liquor's down below, so now I gotta mix it. Tarantella. Oh yeah, this is tarantella, not Jewish. It sounds very Jewish. Yeah, this is tarantella. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, S. Fields. Margaret says, Ariel just got married. Is it true? No, I did not. Coffee with a kick. Oh yes. coffee with the cake. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Ronald. Tarantella Neapolitana, yes. Neapolitan music. It sounds very Jewish. Cat says to the coffee, yes. I just tried the little cocoa nib that they have on top. Wow. That's a very, very strong cocoa nib. Are the Venetians masking? Says Margaret. No, they are not. They are not masking. Where are we all going when you finish the coffee? I'm not really ready to call a night yet. The plan is just the coffee bar tonight, Rocky. Stay tuned tomorrow. Hey Wendy, nice to see you here. Sperancino, nice to see you here. Annabella, hello from Portugal. When did you start this live? A long time ago. So many things have happened since. We have seen love in the streets, breakups, Jewish weddings, amazing odes to wonderful cities all around the world. We've gone through Campari Spritz and through spiked coffees. We've been through so much. So much. An hour has felt like a lifetime. Here at the Cafe Florian, right by the Piazza San Marco. Salute. This was the Ariel. There was my most expensive coffee yet. This is not the most expensive coffee I've had, actually. Second most. The first most expensive coffee I've ever had was a $19 cup of coffee in Brooklyn. So this is the second most cup of coffee. You won't sleep tonight, says Grant. Well, might mean I need to expend my energy wandering the streets of Venice late at night. Who knows what I will encounter in these areas. I'll be watching the beginning later, says Annabelle. Yes, more people watching the beginning. And was that coffee worth $19, says Grant? Yes, that particular coffee was worth $19. It was streamed in 2017 on Facebook. Romal says this is Ariel after dark. He may take over a gondola. It might be a perfect time for a gondola ride. But the blue lights, I'm fascinated with them, says Lisa. Blue lights are just little toys. I'll show you. The kid's playing with them right now. See the kid right here? Joe, oh no, $19 coffee was in Brooklyn, not here. This is a $16.50 coffee. So US dollars, probably a little bit more than $18. Actually, it might be more. Wow. Yeah. This might be close to the most expensive coffee I've had. Yeah. Ariel, great video. Thank you so much from Spain. My pleasure, Carmen. My pleasure. My pleasure. Cheers. I gotta admit, that was an amazing coffee. Yes, this is hella expensive, but try the Café Aniversario. It is divine. I feel that saintly scent just by drinking this coffee. You know how St. Mark here, as I told in the story, had a saintly scent that they had to cover up with cured ham? Well, for me, same thing. This feels like it's emitting a saintly scent. Oh yeah, so delicious. This coffee is a drinkable relic. Drinking this should be blasphemy because it's so damn heavenly. What Cecile says, when in Venice, live a little. Uncle Phil says 16 euro is 8.71. So yep, second most expensive coffee I've ever had. If you really want to dig deep into the Urbanist archives, then search Coffee Brooklyn Urbanist. You'll probably find it on Facebook. Esfiel says, oh gosh, we're losing it. Oh yes. As Ernest Hemingway said, write drunk, edit sober. But luckily, on live video, I don't need to edit. So I just live stream drunk. That's it. Done. Done. Hey Juan, mi cita más cara con una mujer profesional fue en las afueras de Venecia. So Juan says my most expensive date was right here in Venice. Sí, lo puedo imaginar que aquí gastaste bastante dinero. Sí, I can imagine you spend a lot of money. Rosemary, are you homesick? Rosemary asks, am I homesick yet? I have glimpses of New York places in my mind randomly throughout the day pop up like flashes of old memories that have ever since withered away. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, so I like, I don't know, I was randomly researching Venice earlier, and I thought of Greenwich Village and that beautiful little area right by Father Demos Square with all the pigeons and the little park that's hidden that people rarely sit at. I just had a random flash of that. That's the type of homesickness I've had. Let me know if you felt the same. Most expensive dinner I ever had was in the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I can imagine, Bonnie. Yeah. You know what? I think even here in Italy, if you go for the most expensive dinner in Italy, it'll still be less than France or New York. Because here I'm probably in the most expensive cafe in Venice. Most expensive cafe I've seen in Italy thus far, and the cocktails are still cheaper than New York. Some of them at least. No. Susie says I get homesick when I leave Brooklyn and go to Manhattan. Touche, Susie. Touche. The prices are like in Israel, says David. Oh, cool. They're similar. Nice. Yeah, so not if you're used to New York City prices, you're not spending that much money here in Italy. All right, let's try this. It's minty. It's a minty cookie, but it's not mint. It's an amaretto cookie, I think. Wow. Yeah, that's a amaretto cookie. That's so interesting. So it tastes like kind of bright, very bright. And here is a little chocolate. It's an amaretto biscuit. Thank you so much, Uncle Phil. Yeah, so it has a kind of bright flavor to it. You're only homesick when you're not chatting with the Venetians, says Margaret. You know, chatting with random Italians is quite intimidating, to be frank. It's quite intimidating. I think because Italians kind of, I don't know, it feels like you need to know them in order to chat with them. Or you have to like frequent a place. My friend, what's her name? My friend from Travel Italian Style, Cassandra, she said so succinctly that Italians are very friendly if you see them over and over after a while. So if you frequent the same restaurant a few times, then suddenly they get very friendly. If you speak Spanish, they will understand you very well, says Margaret. Oh, that's good to hear. All right, let's try this chocolate then. Crunchy. I think it had a hazelnut in there. A little hazelnut. Ooh, that was really good. I kind of hate it when the restaurant recognizes you, says Queen Mother. I kind of know what you mean, yeah. Margaret says, maybe you are shy. Margaret, you know, I've noticed from traveling that it isn't always a question of shyness or extrovertedness. There are cultures where something kind of just vibes and you feel very easy to chat with them, to converse, to interact. It's not that Italians are shy or not. It's not that I'm shy or not. It's just that I have felt more comfortable in other cultures to randomly chat with other people, namely Mexico. So maybe it's a language barrier, but even then, there's certain cultures that are just you vibe with as an individual. It's not really about the culture itself. So let me know, what culture have you personally vibed well with the most? Because I've heard of some people coming to Italy and they just meet everyone. They have a blast meeting everyone. You see some vloggers like Bold and Bankrupt. Bold and Bankrupt probably would not be a guy meeting a bunch of Italians. But you see him, he's meeting all the Russians. Easily meets Russian people. I think it's more of a kind of a personality blend. But also it may take a little bit more time to kind of just kind of interact with the locals. If you have to, maybe sometimes it takes more time to just get used to it. But for me, I've found this so easy to meet Mexicans. I've found this so easy to meet English people. Here, I find it a little bit more challenging. In Greece was challenging at first, but after like the second or third week, I started feeling the hang of it. True Lies music. Oh, really? Yeah, True Lies music. Kat says, I'm Greek and we are too friendly. Ireland is exceptionally outgoing and friendly to strangers. I'm very intrigued by going to Ireland and Scotland. Very intrigued. As I mentioned, Italy to me feels like a aperitivo for Ireland and Scotland and the UK overall. It feels like traveling here to Italy is whetting my appetite to go to those two countries. Can you tell us how much espresso costs? Espresso, generally €1. Here in Venice, since you're in a tourist haven, it is €120. Cappuccino, between €1 to about €2. Almost everything else, the same thing. A macchiato, same thing. Between €1 to €2 in the tourist cities. So I haven't been to tiny towns in Italy yet. So I can't tell you how much their cost there. Maybe I heard that you can go as low as like 50 cent euro for espresso, but I don't know. I haven't experienced it yet. So usually you'll pay between €1 to €2 almost everywhere, except for a place like this, which is a rarity, where it's way more expensive. Juan Carlos, como estadounidense, ¿te trata de manera diferente en Venecia cuando comunicas en español? Ah, es una buena pregunta, Juan. Tú sabes, yo voy a tratar eso, hablar español y voy a ver y me tratan diferente. No sé todavía. So Juan asked a very good question. Do they treat you different if you speak to them in English and they know that you're American, or if you speak to them in Spanish and just assume you're kind of Latin American? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if there will be a difference. I know that in Friuli, I was hanging out with What a Shame Mary Jane's family, who are the most sweetest people ever, and I had a much easier time speaking Spanish with them. I feel at home every time I'm in Italy, says Dean. But I lived there for a while, so maybe I have a different experience. Maybe because France, Italy, and England are overrun with tourists, the locals are more standoffish. Could be the case, I think so. And Friuli, which I just been to, I felt a little bit more of a friendly vibe. It's because there's barely tourists in Friuli. Very few tourists. And the small tourists that are there usually are Austrians or Germans that drive just a few short miles. Mary Jane, you need to take her to Puerto Rico. I feel like I'm at home on my couch, says George. Touché. Does everyone know about the Carnival of Venice, Matt? Asked Matt. Not yet. I haven't talked about it yet, but I may do so soon. I gotta find out the perfect location to talk about it. Joe says try that in France. They'll still talk bad about you behind your back. Well, she took you to meet her family. Says Kurt Fleur. Yeah, I've collaborated with Mary Jane many times. Yeah, her family was very wonderful to me. Wendy, it sounds like a telenovela. Have a wonderful evening, says Tina. So glad we're still playing music. This is so awesome. Kat says, I think Italians don't mind the tourists. It's complicated. It's complicated. Susie says, my great uncle by marriage was Italian. My mom often talked about her fond memories of great cooking and piano playing. She was born in Puerto Rico. That's so cool. How did your great aunt me Italian? Now I'm so curious. She must have not been from New York, because earliest Puerto Ricans moved to New York were in the 1890s. Was probably the earliest account of Puerto Ricans in New York. Ariel says, it'll be funny when you come back to New York and speak with the Italian accent. I don't know how to do Italian accent. Loved Italy and the Italians. My first clients were Italians. Hey, Margaret says, should I ask the first female ever to graduate the Venetian Merchant Marine School to meet you? You can't leave Venice without meeting local residents. Margaret, sure. Send me a message to Urbanist directly on Facebook. Send me a message. That sounds very interesting. The very first merchant marine, female merchant marine. That sounds very interesting. Do send me a message directly on Facebook. Right. Oh, they keep playing music. Ooh. Margaret says, I'm very impressed with your work. Thank you, Margaret. Will you buy Venetian glass? I think I will. I think I will. Hey Joe, thank you so much. Annabella says, I do use a lot of sarcasm. Awesome, me too. Will you come to Croatia? One day I will, yeah. 14,000 stars were sent today. Whoa, okay. We are going to reach that goal, I think. Stand by me, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by me. But seriously, don't actually stand by me. That'll be a little bit weird. Metaphorically stand by me. That's Murano glass. Chrissy, do I plan on going Murano? Yes. A lot of people are asking for Murano, yes. Alright, let me pay. We're back. More people watching.
$49 and $50.
And by card, please. I got inserts. So that was $49.50. No tip, because tip is usually not given. You're already charged for service / music. People taking pictures of me. Well, I think I'm in the shop, but not of me specifically, it's of the band. So that was the table I was at, and this is Café Florian. Oh, that was amazing. So you're already charged €5 for the band. Everyone's charged, individual, so per person. Is the orchestra including the bill? Yeah, it literally is. Literally is. €5 per person. So it was $49.50 for 3 drinks. Americano, which is a cocktail, as I mentioned, a little bit less stronger than a Negroni. Their own spritz, which is a Rosso Florian spritz. Basically like Aperol or Campari spritz. And those two came with snacks. They came with potato chips and olives. And then the third drink was that coffee drink. And total is $49.50 plus the charge of the orchestra, which is €5. And I'm not sure if they charge a cupretto. I don't think so. So I think it was just €5. So I think it's worth it. Definitely 100% worth it. I even no doubts, 100% worth it. I'll say it. And like, especially if you're coming here with come here alone, come here with a significant other, with your family, definitely, it's an amazing night. You get a free concert with your meal. That's amazing. Or not free concert, concert for €5 your meal. So let me show you a little bit more of Café Florian. And let me know if you want to wander around for a little while through Venice at night. If you do, slam that like button right now. Slam it right now. Like the pigeons were slamming the pavement of Piazza San Marco earlier with their poo. And if you're on Facebook, share this video right now with any relevant Facebook groups. For example, there's a great Facebook group called Rick Steves Europe. A lot of people there love Europe videos. Maybe share it with them. Share with videos about travel. There's probably a few of them. If you know any good Facebook groupers out there, Facebookers, if you know any good Facebook groups, do put it in the comments right now. Let people know what are the Facebook groups relevant to what we're doing here. Travel, Europe, Italy, Venice specifically. Italian Americans, you can share with groups as well, because they'll like seeing Italy. All right, let's walk around. Franca says, glad you haven't said al fresco. Well, this is al fresco dining. Indeed it is al fresco dining. Roman says, Rick Steves called you. And he said that you're better than him. Oh, no, I do not. Rick Steves is different. Rick Steves makes travel videos. Practical travel information. Me, I'm for entertainment. Pizza review says, love the channel and Paul, your energy, sharing with my Italian relatives. I'm so glad you are. So things are already shutting down. Franca says, al fresco means something different. In Italian it does, but not in English. Over here. They're very efficient, very quick. Very good. Yeah. When did you decide to go to Venice? Says Thomas. Ever since on my notebook, every time I have a new notebook, so I have not a journal per se, I don't really write like prose, but I write like lists and thoughts and note to selves and notes about history and other things like architecture and urbanism. On these books, I always write a list of cities that I want to go to. And then I cross off the city when I visit them. So the last book that I currently have started in around January, February. I think it was January 2020 it started. I still haven't filled it up yet. And I have a huge list of different cities. On that list was Boston, Washington, D.C., crossed off. It was Athens, crossed off. Sorrento, crossed off. Siena, crossed off. Florence, crossed off. And I had Venice, crossed off. January 2020 is when I put it down into writing that I'm coming here. But I intended to come here way before then as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want something to come true, write it down and maybe come true. If the city is in the game Assassin's Creed, it's on the list for me. Ooh! Is Venice featured in Assassin's Creed? I remember Florence from number 2. I don't think there's a Venice Assassin's Creed, but it should be. Have you been to Montreal? Yeah, I have, Mr. Dion, yeah. I was actually invited by the tourism board and the International Jazz Festival. I was invited, and it was quite wonderful. Yes, Venice was featured in the game. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's funny because in the past like 2 locations, I've been doing like a Assassin's Creed tour / Inferno by Dan Brown, and unfortunately / Hannibal Lecter, which I'm not a fan of. But for some reason, that movie takes place in a bunch of beautiful Italian cities. But we won't talk about that movie. But Inferno, highly recommend Inferno. If you want, it starts in Florence, and then, minor spoilers, there's Venice. Highly recommend watching Inferno. And if you want more Venice, watch Spider-Man Far From Home. Here's the other cafe. What about Berlin, Dean? Yeah, maybe Dean. Maybe. Yeah, I do want to go to Berlin at some point. Emmanuel is a great movie, says Matrix. Oh, that's great. Emmanuel, thank you so much. The Quadri Cafe, says Margaret. Oh, Margaret, I'm so glad. Margaret, you're a local Venetian. That's so awesome. So we have a local Venetian tuning in on Facebook. Margaret, thank you so much. Not too many local Italians tuning in. We have a handful. Not as many as the hordes of Greeks that came rushing in when I did Greek videos. Here we have just a nice spattering of Italians. Margaret's 100% Venetian. Oh, so cool. Margaret, do let us know if you recommend any great gelato shops. Things are closing up. What time is it? I've lost track of time being in Piazza San Marco. I don't even know what century we're in. It's 11 p.m. Wow, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep eventually, ladies and gentlemen. Eventually. I recommend Grom in San Barnaba, where Raiders of the Lost Ark was filmed. Oh yeah, there is scenes in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and also The Last Crusade, which is the third Indiana Jones film, has scenes here in Venice. For whom does the bell toll? Matrix, the gondola experience is already done. Watch the last video. Thank you so much for watching, Joe. I appreciate you. Thank you for visiting Epcot. Oh no, Rocky, this is not Epcot. It's not Epcot, nor the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. Maybe Action Kid and I should do a virtual collaboration where we do a split screen live, and Action Kid walks through the Venetian Hotel as I walk through Venice. And let us know if there's a live streamer in Orlando. My friend is no longer an Orlando Townie tourist, so if there's another live streamer in Orlando, do let us know. Oh, Streaming Magic on Facebook. They do live streams of Disney World, so maybe it could be a trio collaboration, and they walk through Epcot, through the Venice section, and we show in real-time comparison. That'd be cool. I gotta find out if I can work that out with Action Kid. The Disney lady is an Orlando live streamer. Oh, cool, Kurt Fuller. So there's a few. The Tourist was also a movie in Venice. Yeah, and I haven't seen The Tourist yet, with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. AK is at the Hoover Dam. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Venice is between east and west, says Margaret. Let's see if we can catch the Vaporetto. Let's see. Speranzino. Oh, I like your name. Speranzino. Well, I do a video tomorrow. Yes. Videos 5 p.m. daily until Sunday. If you have time, go to Treviso. Thank you for the recommendation. Ooh, here are the romantic lights of Venice. Hey, Panajotis and Susan on Twitch. I'm so glad we have so many Twitchers tuning in. We got a whopping 4 people on Twitch. Welcome. Funny how there's so many people, but people are walking in big blobs. Yes. Yep. I've noticed that. There's something within human nature that people like being close to each other. And you notice that as you look at a square. There's a great documentary, which I don't know the name, but I remember being super fascinated by. Saw it 6 years ago before I started Urbanist, and got me really curious about urbanism. And this documentary is a guy, a professor of urban studies, who took a camera crew, set up cameras in the square so no one can really see where they were at. So they were like set up a camera there. They did this mostly in New York. And then they looked at the square and they studied where people usually stood, sat, hung out, congregated, stopped to talk. And they found patterns that were recurring. People would stop and chat in specific places. People would sit only in specific places. There are, of course, always outliers. Sometimes someone may sit in the middle of a square, but it was very, very rare. It was very fascinating that happened. All right, so let's see if we can get the Reperato. Matrix. I indeed have the green pass, and I indeed have the vaccination. I indeed do have it. Which one doesn't really matter. As long as you have the CDC card, if you're American, it will be accepted anywhere. Charles says, see how people talk more quietly in Venice? Yeah, people do talk quietly in Venice. And look at this. Yeah, you're right. There is no sound of car traffic. We don't hear a highway in the distance because there are none. There's only the moonlight glistening on the lagoon of Venice, with the occasional rumble of a water taxi passing through. What time is the last Vaporetto? I don't know, but we will find out. Otherwise, it's walking for me. Look at this scene with the moonlight streaking across the Venetian lagoon. Venice is so beautiful at night. I've heard rumors of Venice being gorgeous at night, and I think they're true. Here's the water taxi. Wow. I really want to get in the water taxi. Do you see any dolphins? No, I have not spotted a dolphin yet, but maybe one day. I see people waiting for the Vaporetto. Let's see. And the Vaporetto, I might be mispronouncing that. That is the water bus system, aka a very quick ferry. And don't worry, we'll see more beautiful views over here. Time for a Uzu Aperol. Oh, I already had enough alcohol for the night. Hey, tell if anyone could let Just Kate know that she's watching behind on YT. Tell her to press the live button. Thomas says, so romantic, is still no proposal. I've been going to the most romantic places in Europe, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Romance of Europe tour. I've been showing you all the most romantic places. It used to be a powerful empire. So it never was an empire. I know what you mean, Matrix. But I think it's important to be a bit more specific because 22 minutes is the next one. And there's one in 1 minute. I think we have to take it on the next stop to go up the Grand Canal. Alright, so I think this is the stop to the Grand Canal. Let's see. So there's two stops right next to each other. And let's see if this is the one. Oh wow. So the next one, wow, 21 minutes. That's quite a lot of time. And then this one goes to Lido. So this one is opposite of the Grand Canal. And this one happens in 7 minutes. Charles says, get yourself a 3-day Vaporetto pass. I did get a 3-day Vaporetto pass. I did. So I'll show you how I buy a Vaporetto. So here you can choose a few languages. There's French, German, Italian, and Spanish. No Chinese. I'm kind of surprised. They did not add Chinese. You have to buy your ticket. Waterborne service, because there's like a bus service, but it's the one right by the train station to go to the mainland. So ignore that one. This is the Vaporetto. And actually, back. Went too fast. Okay, so there's the 1 day, 3 day, 2 day, and you can go for just like a single pass, and then the 7 day. I got myself the 3 day, and it was €40. So it is a bit expensive, but if you do single rides, you'll probably be spending a lot more money. So I think the 3 day pass is probably the best way to get around. So it's 20 minutes for the next one. Huge. Here we go, the science part I will get confused by, says Wendy. Rosemary, you watched the Friuli video. I'm getting this question a lot, so moderators, feel free to already answer this because a lot of people are asking. Yes, I'm going to Murano. Yes. Don't know when. Stay tuned. 5 p.m. every day until Sunday. And then no, the canals don't smell. It smells just like salty water. It smells like you're by the beach. That's what it smells like because the canals themselves are all salt water. What is that theater? I don't know. I don't know. There's a huge screen there. I'm not sure what that is. All right, who wants to take the Vaperetto? It's about 18 minutes away. Let me know if you want to take it towards the Grand Canal area. And I can show you the beautiful Grand Canal at night. Same thing we did during the daytime, but now you can see it at nighttime. Let me know if you want to do that. Otherwise, I'll end over here. But in the meanwhile, if you want to stay on, I can show you a little bit more of the views at night from this perspective. Yeah, it definitely smells like you're at the beach. If you've been to any beaches, it smells exactly the same. The kind of salty air smell. Colleen says, yes, please. What is WC? WC means wash closet, which means a bathroom. If the view is nice at night, let's go. Yep, it is nice at night, and that's why I want to show it to you. Well, I don't know 100% for sure, but I have a feeling that's the case. Ooh, someone's coming in by motorboat. That's cool. Well, this is the family we saw earlier on the gondola. That is literally that family's car, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of having a car, our family has a motorboat. And here there's mosquitoes. I'm getting bitten. The boat is speeding. I think it's going on the normal pace, yeah. I'm off to bed now, says Rosaline. Charles, yeah, I'm tempted to go to Lido. Yeah, very tempted. Stay tuned. All right, let's see how many more minutes. All right, I'll show you the... 15 minutes, okay. I prefer the slower gondola, but it's 10 times more expensive. Susie. Is the water clean? Probably not, Robert. Another question to moderators, feel free to just answer. No, the water's probably not clean. Clean enough, not to cause any worries about spread of disease, but probably not clean for swimming nor drinking. Hey, Renee says it's about Biniale time. It is Biniale time, yes. I'll be visiting the Biniale at some point soon. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for a Chilean 3,900 pesos. So here's the entire Vaperetto line. Lido is here. Lido. Is it Lido or Lido? Do let me know. And this has a few festivals and the beaches. But the beaches, I think, are rocky beaches. And then this also goes to the airport. You can take it to the airport. Will you put your foot in the water? Personally not, Kat. No, I would not put my foot in the water. And then I think we can go to Murano from here. Yes, we can go to Murano. Right here, Murano. There's a lot of people right behind me. Right now, we gotta find where we're at. We're here at San Marco. And we're gonna take it all the way to the Alto. Teatro Mercato, right here. That's where we'll take it. But you can take it all the way to the train station. So if you're doing a day trip, don't worry, fret not. You can visit the Piazza San Marco and see most of Venice, or at least the very famous parts, by taking the Vaporetto, the ferry, all the way through the Grand Canal to San Marco. And that way you'll be able to visit for a day trip, at least the most important parts. Margaret says, oh, come on, we swam in the canals a lot as teenagers. I believe it's forbidden now. Really, Margaret? That is so interesting. So Margaret is saying on FB that she used to swim the canals. That's very brave of you, Margaret. Lavanza has a coffee machine maker. So coffee machines are not just exclusive to the US. There are coffee machines here in Italy by Lavanza from Torino, 1895. You can get espresso, you can get a lungo, which is like a cafe americano, that's what's called here. You can get a macchiato, a cappuccino. You can get barley coffee, which is non-caffeinated. And water is $1.50. All right, we got 10 minutes. 10 whole minutes. No cold brew. No whole cold brew. It's dirty, but not as toxic as the guanas. Yes, I can imagine. Yeah, it's not toxic like the guanas. There was no major oil spills here. All right, so we got 10 minutes. Now let's go. So I got my pass right here. Pass. And I get through. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm a true Venetian now. I swiped once and I got in. Is Venice more expensive than Rome? Yes. Yes, you'll be spending more on food, drink, coffees, and also attractions. The churches here charge admission, which kind of blows my mind. So yeah, you'll be spending a lot more money. Village, nice to see you here. Welcome. Make sure you're going the right way. Yes, I'm going the right way. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be going to Lido. Lido is on the other side, and I'll be. I'm not in Lido. I can tell you that. So you will be bitten by mosquitoes at night. I'm already being bitten various times. So either wear long sleeves or long pants, or put on some mosquito spray, or just avoid staying right by the water. Or take the bites, and, and eventually they'll go away by the next day. The way you move on the Vaporetto is like a pro, says Margaret. Oh, thank you so much, Margaret. I appreciate that. Is the public transportation 24/7? Doesn't seem like it. It seems like they close shortly after midnight. It seems like the last one is a little bit after midnight. Am I taking the ferry to Astoria? Basically, yes. It'll just be a 500-hour ferry ride. It's Lido. Okay, thank you. Lido. Not Lido. Lido. Venice is the best place to get lost. Oh yes. I want to show you the Grand Canal. Yes, it's Lido. Thank you so much. We only have about 7 minutes left. Not that much. Oh my God, Warden says Katharine Hepburn got a really bad eye infection by falling into the canal while filming a movie. Her doctors were never able to cure it and she had it for the rest of her life. Oh no. Yep, that's why I'm not so trusting of these waters. Were you getting bitten when you had the gondola ride? No. So it's about 75 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Mosquitoes generally don't bite when it's 72 degrees or lower from my own experience. And then if it's below about 78 degrees Fahrenheit, the chances go much further down. During the daytime, not really. It's really after twilight that mosquitoes start coming out and start biting, generally. Parts of the world are different, but that's generally my own experience after doing countless walks through places where there are mosquitoes. So, daytime, you'll be okay. The gondola ride did not get bitten at all. Also, it's not too bad if you get bitten. At least here. I don't think there's malaria here, so. There used to be, unfortunately, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Woody Allen has an apartment on the Grand Canal. Oh, he does. Oh, interesting. All tourists have backpacks. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Tourists come prepared. Did you go to Naples? No. Only for an hour. A little bit more than that. Had one pizza. It was really good. Kay says in Lanzarote, they bite you at night and day. Where's Lanzarote? Do let me know. Does the bobbing boat make you seasick? No, not for me. I have not encountered very high tides yet, so no. Tomorrow's 82 degrees. Oh no. Oh, there's a party boat down there. Veronica, are people social distancing here? Not really, no. Not really. If you are cautious about the pandemic, you can go to places where they're much emptier and you'll be at very low risk, I think. But no, you go to Vaporetto, public transportation, a train, a plane, you will be close to people. All right, I think we're getting close. Just a few more minutes. Did you see any expensive cars in Venice? Cat? No, there's no cars. Literally, there's no cars in Venice. There's only, well, not this area of Venice. There's a mainland part. I really haven't gone to the mainland part, aside from the train station. All right, we're getting close. But there's expensive boats. Some of them. I haven't seen, I can't really tell always where the very expensive boats, but this one looks expensive. Yeah. I would like to ride that one. That one looks nice. All right, it's getting full. People are waiting now. All right, I think the Vaporetto's coming. I see you there in the distance. Let's get on. You guys ready? All right, for a final 15 minutes.
stecca perché con la gamba ci sta. Hai sempre c'ha il vermo grosso, 18 gradi va, cosa gamba, un altro po' e diventa un cuore, cioè diventa un vermo, forte, passa. E poi l'altra sera invece no, vabbè, vai serio, c'è dove Thomas. Merci beaucoup.
And that was reggaeton. There in the distance we have the Rialto Bridge, most famous bridge in all of Venice. It's also amongst the oldest. There has been a bridge here for centuries. Even Michelangelo himself had proposed plans to build a version of the bridge, but they went with a more local architect. Now we are in Rialto. Victoria says, not a fan of Italy. Please don't throw stones at me. But I love Venice. That's awesome, Victoria. So that was a ferry ride, or a vaporetto, across the Grand Canal at night. So we did it during the day, and we did it again at night. And now, here we at the Rialto Bridge, where in one of the timeless classic films, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man encounters Mysterio for the first time and has to save the people of Venice. It is one of the great American classics. I highly recommend everyone watching it. Spider-Man From Home, where he prevents the bridge from collapsing. Why does it sound like rain? It's all the boats passing through. Are you going to visit the Vignale? Yes. Stay tuned. Franca, I'm actually crying right now. Oh, Franca. What about Casino Royale? Casino Royale does take place here, but Casino Royale is not nowhere as near as a timeless classic as Spider-Man Far From Home. You know, Casino Royale is like Roman Holiday, but Spider-Man Far From Home is like Citizen Kane. They're both great movies, but one is more of a classic than the other. George, how many Oscars did Spider-Man win? None. Same thing as many other great films made. Did Cinema Paradiso win the Oscar? No. Did Titanic win the Oscar? Yeah, 14, but that doesn't matter. Here we're watching the views from the Rialto Bridge. Rialto means the high part of Venice. And that's what they used to call the island chain here because they were sticking out of the lagoon. The Rialto. Hey, just me, Goddess. You're watching me on live cam. Where's the live cam camera? Where is it at? It's on this side, but where? Dean, is Spider-Man classic? It is. Spider-Man Far From Home, specifically that film. Not Spider-Man 1, not Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Far From Home. Here's the rigatone boat. Somewhere on your right here, the live cam is somewhere around there. It's very romantic. Oh yes. Hey, Sharon says they used to sell American ham sandwiches here. They did? That's funny. They still do sell American ham sandwiches. Well, not American ham sandwiches specifically, but they sell a lot of ham sandwiches all around Venice. Sharon says, I didn't know about that bit of history with Katharine Hepburn. In World War II, there was, Italy was devastated, of course, by the war, but Venice wasn't being attacked. So Venice offered, oh, we have reggaeton. So reggaeton struck again. So Italy was being devastated by World War II, but Venice wasn't going to be attacked. And thus they offered a place to put the studios here at the time. And they filmed a few movies here at Venice and continued to be the case until the early 50s, including a Katharine Hepburn film, which was filmed here on location in Venice. But those movie studios disappeared by the late 50s. And other parts of Italy really took over, especially with the spaghetti western, which was filmed in Spain, for example. And then Cinema Paradiso filmed, I think, more in southern Italy, maybe. So those films were made in other parts of Italy. Turn right in 10 minutes here at the train station. Oh, yes. How late do you normally stay up? About midnight. Unless if I'm watching the timeless classic film Spider-Man Far From Home, then maybe I'll stay up till 2. Of Venice. In Spider-Man Far From Home, the main character, Peter Parker / Spider-Man, actually wears one of these masks. He wears one of the masks as Mysterio comes, and in order to hide his identity, because he doesn't have his suit with him as he's passing through the Rialto Bridge because he's on the school trip, and he doesn't want to, of course, reveal himself being Spider-Man, he puts one of these Venetian masks that he sees at the store here at the Rialto. Renee says, eyes wide shut. Indeed, eyes wide shut, yes. Death in Venice is a beautiful and sad film. The mask reminds me of Eyes Wide Shut. Oh yeah. Renee says Fidelio. Penelope says I can see you. Oh, that's amazing, Penelope. George says, I prefer Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. George, dare you not slander the name of the amazing Tom Holland. Are you getting back a boat back? No, I'm not getting on the boat. Oh no, don't. So I heard about these secret reggaeton parties, and I heard that the secret password is "saca la lengua pa' fuera." That's the secret password. You got to do the entire thing. "Saca la lengua pa' fuera." That's the secret password to get these secret reggaeton parties in Venice. Do you guys want to go? Let me know. Not Fidelio. What mask are you referring to? What are you guys talking about? There is no mask. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in from the city of Venice. I just got a text back from the secret reggaeton party, and they do not allow cameras. Unfortunately, you do not want to capture occult activities that are happening inside the secret reggaeton party. But you know the password, saca la lengua pa fuera. You gotta say that and then you'll get into the party. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. During the day, I'll be showing you the palace if I can, if there's service. Otherwise, I'll be back at 5 p.m. every day until Sunday. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Arrivederci, amici. Arrivederci.